The cabin lights were dim. The engines hummed. And yet, one sound cut through everything. A baby's cry. High-pitched. Relentless. It pierced through the silence like a blade. Passengers shifted in their seats. Some sighed. Others covered their ears. Flight attendants exchanged nervous glances. The crying went on, minute after minute. Hour after hour. And in seat 12A, the man everyone pretended not to notice finally opened his eyes. Ibrahim Traoré, the young leader who carried the weight of a nation. The soldier turned president. The man whom many whispered about with both fear and admiration. And now, 30,000 feet above the Atlantic, he faced something no military training could prepare him for. A billionaire's baby who would not stop crying. "Please," the mother whispered, her voice trembling as she bounced the baby on her lap. The father, dressed in a suit worth more than most people's yearly salary, scrolled on his phone, jaw clenched. "I can't. I don't know what to do," she murmured. The passengers grew restless. A businessman too rose back muttered, "Why can't they control their child?" A woman hissed, "Some of us paid for quiet." Someone pressed the flight attendant button again and again. The baby only cried louder. And then, a voice, calm, low, with an accent that carried both command and warmth. "May I?" The mother froze. She turned slowly, and there he was, Ibrahim Traoré, his gaze steady, his hand extended. The billionaire father scoffed. "No offense, sir, but this is our child." His words were sharp, defensive, almost mocking. But the mother, her eyes told a different story. Exhaustion, desperation, a quiet plea. She nodded, and carefully, she placed her baby in Ibrahim's arms. The cabin seemed to hold its breath. What happened next, no one on that plane would ever forget. Ibrahim cradled the baby against his chest, his rough soldier's hands surprisingly gentle. He whispered something, words no one could quite catch. The baby's cries softened, the tiny fists unclenched, and then silence, complete silence. The passengers gasped. The mother covered her mouth. The father lowered his phone, stunned, and Ibrahim simply smiled. But the story doesn't end there. Because what Ibrahim did was more than comfort a crying baby. It was a mirror, held up to a cabin full of people. A billionaire, a mother, strangers from different worlds. All of them forced to face a question too many try to ignore. What does it mean to care? "Do you have children?" The mother whispered, tears brimming. "No," Ibrahim said softly. "But I have a country. And they cry too." His words hung heavy in the air. The businessman who had complained earlier shifted uncomfortably. The woman who hissed looked down at her hands. Even the billionaire father seemed suddenly smaller. "Sometimes," Ibrahim continued, "a cry is not just noise. It is a call. For food. For safety. For dignity. And if we cannot hear it, if we choose to be annoyed by it, then we are already lost." The mother wept openly. The father swallowed hard, unable to reply. And around them, strangers on a plane began to see themselves differently. Hours passed. The baby slept peacefully in Ibrahim's arms. The cabin was quiet now, but no one else could sleep. They were all thinking, reflecting. A man of power had just reminded them of something simple, something too easily forgotten in boardrooms and bank accounts. That true strength is compassion. When the plane finally landed, the passengers disembarked silently. No one rushed. No one pushed. The billionaire father took back his child, but not without a glance. A glance filled with something he had never felt before. Respect. And maybe even shame. The mother whispered, "Thank you." Ibrahim nodded, adjusting his uniform jacket. And with quiet steps, he disappeared into the crowd. But those who were there never forgot. Some told the story to their children. Others whispered it in offices, cafes, homes. And slowly it spread. A story of a crying baby. A billionaire too distracted to listen. And a man who understood that sometimes the smallest voice can carry the heaviest truth. And you listening now, ask yourself, when the world cries, when the vulnerable call out, do you cover your ears? Or do you reach out your arms? Because sometimes the unthinkable is not power. It's kindness.